was the last time you really appreciated making a cup of coffee? Tasting the deep flavors, smelling the aromas, appreciating the ritual of making it? If your answer is, I just hit a button on the machine, then you're missing out. Today I want to introduce you to, or reintroduce you to, the French press, one of the most beloved coffee making brewing methods in the world. The French press, also called a press pot, has been around for over 90 years. In fact, it was first patented by an Italian designer, Attilio Calamani, in 1929, but it was the French who refined it later into the version that we use today, hence the name. And ever since, it's been a favorite of baristas, home brewers, and connoisseurs alike. So what makes it so special? First, let's talk about the science of it. But I want to start by getting that cup of coffee made first, starting the process. So I'm going to skip forward and then we'll come back. So you add about 5 ounces or scoops of coffee, and there's actually little marker measurements. Got to be coarsely ground is the best. And then you're going to cover it with just enough water to make the grounds wet. All right, you're going to want to stir it with something non-metallic so it doesn't interfere with that process. And this is called the bloom. And what the bloom does is it helps release all of those natural flavors, acids, and so forth to help start the process of brewing the coffee. We're gonna let that sit for about 30 seconds, okay? So unlike drip machines, this machine does not use, well, it's not a machine, it's a manual coffee maker, but it does not use paper filters. It uses a mesh filter, which is present on the bottom. And so it allows more of the coffee's natural oils to seep up into your cup, which makes a richer, fuller body and deeper flavor profile, okay? So it's not just getting caffeine, it's tasting the coffee beans in their truest form. Even James Hoffmann, who's a former world barista champion and one of the most respected voices in specialty coffee, has praised the French press for its simplicity and ability to deliver bold, consistent flavors. He even recommends letting the grounds settle after brewing and pouring gently without pressing, known as the gentle pour. Now I'm going to go ahead and add that rest of that water to the coffee so that we can start the 4-minute brewing process. All right, just gonna cap this off and let it do its magic. Okay, so coffee influencers on TikTok and YouTube, from Morgan Eckroth to Lance Hedrick, have also brought the French press back into the spotlight. They love how it gives you control over every step, the grind of the coffee, which should be coarse, the temperature of the water, which should be about 200 degrees, and the brew time, which is usually 30 minutes on the bloom, 30 seconds, I apologize, on the bloom, and 4 minutes on the brew. And even how you stir the coffee grounds into the water with a wooden stick, and it puts the entire brewing method back in your hands as opposed to using a machine. So I just showed you how we poured the water in, and then we'll go ahead and use the press in just those few minutes when the coffee is done. So the bloom also helps to release carbon dioxide, okay? So the process, it makes cafe quality coffee with no pods, no electricity, and no waste. One of the things that I love about my French press is its mindfulness. So you get to slow down, you get to really make and enjoy making that cup of coffee that you're about to enjoy. You're connecting in a world where everything seems so instant, and that matters. So there's a lot of mindfulness when you're pushing this plunger down to get that freshly brewed, fresh cup of coffee. So to wrap it up, the French press isn't just a coffee maker, it's a statement. It says you care about flavor, the process, and quality. Whether you're new to coffee or a seasoned coffee drinker, this French press has something everybody will love. So tomorrow morning, you can go ahead and skip the machine, pick up a French press, and brew yourself something better. All right, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how the French press process works. So literally, mesh filter is in there, which is pressing down the plunger. It's pushing all those grounds to the bottom, keeping them separate from the water. And then we're just pouring off a cup of coffee. Enjoy.